4th of October, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
Okay, I guess you live with her and she's around the house. It's okay.
Yeah, well, she just got up, so
No problem.
yeah,
Let's see
night.
what let's see, what should we be doing today?
We were going to talk about punishment, punishing the earth, cursing the earth.
Right. Okay, good. So for that, I think we should start with we should go over the psukim. Let's see the psukim where Kadosh Baruch Hu, he's giving out he talks to the Nachash, talks to Chava, talks to Adam. Let's
That's not the cursing the earth.
well, it's repeated there
Eating
by
the tree.
it's repeated by Adam. If you remember, the Adam, that would be in Perek Gimel. Come on, let's take a look at the pasuk in Perek Gimel, pasuk Yud Zayin.
Okay, Gimel, Yud Zion is 17. Okay, ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Ula Adam Amar Ki Shamata Lekol Ishtecha Vatochal Mi Ha'etz Asher Tzivisicha Lemor Lo Sochal Mimenu Arura Ha'adama Va'avurecha Ve'itavon Tochalena Yemei Chayecha.
Very good.
Okay, so it's to the man he said, because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree which I commanded you, saying, do not eat from it, the soil will be cursed because of you. In sorrow you shall eat from it all the days of your life. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, he's cursing the soil, not Adam.
Right.
Morning, Roy.
Good morning, Rabbi Furst.
Good morning. How are you today?
Baruch Hashem. Yourself?
Fine. Baruch Hashem, good, very good. Better now to see you and have you join us. I'm much more better now.
You're just too kind.
No.
So then maybe you could let me know what you're doing.
Yes, if you have a chumash there in Parshas Bereshis in the third parak, you can open up your chumash there. If it has Rashi, it's even better as well.
Yeah, I've got a Rashi chumash here.
Oh, very nice.
What did you say? Third
chapter, right? And the 17th verse.
I've got Daled, it's very good. Yud Gimel, Yud Hes. Oh no, Yud. 17 is Yud Zion, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've got that.
What all we did was read the pasuk. So if you like, you can read the pasuk and so it will be all together at the beginning here.
Yeah, and unto Adam he said, because you hearkened unto the voice of thy wife. Is that right?
Yes.
Eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed be the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
So we're focusing on the point here that why, or we have to understand the connection between Adam's disobedience and the fact that the Adama was it was the land, the earth was cursed vorech, because of Adam's transgression. Let's take a look at Rashi. Rashi says some. We'll start with Rashi's here. The Rashi right there in Yud Zayin.
Arura ha'adama ba'avurecha. Cursed is the land for your sake. Ma'ala lecha devarim arurim. Gon zevuvin paroshim unemalim mashal liotze lesarbus ra'a vihabirios mikalos shadayim sheyanak mehem. Okay, so the soil is cursed because of you. It will produce for you things that are cursed. For example, flies, fleas, and ants. This is comparable to one who adopts evil ways. And people curse the breasts which suckled him.
Right. Yes. If I'm not mistaken, this is a reference to Esav. If I'm not mistaken, this is a reference to Esav. Try and find it. That people were not happy with Esav's activities, right? Wasn't very pleasant person to have to deal with.
Right.
So they were not happy with Rachel's or Rivka's association. Actually, Rachel's association with being the mother of Esau. So the Rashi is just bringing this as a mushal, just to show the people, since just like people say, if someone who's gone off the way and is causing trouble for people, they attribute and they curse the mother as well. So likewise, the ground is cursed because from the ground comes all these things that people don't enjoy. People, you can't really say people enjoy flies, ants, and fleas. They don't enjoy those things. So that's the land is accursed because it brings forth these things, and therefore people attribute their displeasure to the earth as well. Right?
When it says, and the people curse the breast at which he was suckled, the he is the people or the someone who's doing depraved. Does he refer to?
So that's the he is the one who's going. They were there. It's the he that is causing different troubles, and they're attributing their displeasure to the one who suckled such a person into life.
So they're sort of expressing displeasure that that they're like they are, and it can be so.
right, this was a contributing factor for this undesirable aspect of life. There was a certain undesirable aspect of life, whether it was a certain person, or in this case with the land, and the ants and the fleas and the flies, certain undesirable aspect of life. So they attribute the source of it, and they also give blame and displeasure to that which is the source of it as well.
Thank you.
Guilt by association.
Yeah, it's like yeah, exactly that they're collaborating in the formation, in the ability of these things to do their thing, which is unpleasant. People don't like it. So trying to think. Yeah, let's see. Take a look at the next part. It doesn't stop here. Take a look at the next pasuk. Can you discuss?
The coats vidar dar tats miach loch ve'achalta es esev hasadeh. Okay, so it will grow thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the herbs of the field.
Okay, now this is take a look at these Rashis here. Rashi makes several important comments over here.
Okay, so it will grow thorns and thistles for you. Haaretz, she sees ra'ena mine de ra'im, tats miach coats vidar dar hun dam ve'akanios ve'akavios ve'hein ne'echalim al yedei tikkun. So the earth, that like, actually, when it will sprout, and when it will sow types of seeds, it will sprout thorns and thistles, and kundam and kavios. It doesn't translate, just says Dardar and Kundes.
I've got a note here, says that according to Midrash Rabbah, S20, what is S20? Kutz are kindos? No. Kindos Naach vis. I can't see it properly. I think Naach vis or vis. Does that make any sense? I'll spell it out to you.
Yeah.
Now the first letter is Kuf, you have the long tail. Vav, Nun, looks like a Reish or a Dalid, but I think it's a Reish. Oh, I've got these here. Got these little
Yes.
Dalid, Samach. So not Samach. The round one. What's that called?
Summer.
All right. The Kuf of Nun Dalid Samach, and then Vav Ayin Kof Base Yud Tes. Kof Base Yud Tes. Kof Base Yud Tes. The that Kof.
I think it's a word in Old French, if I'm not mistaken, which I'm not expert in. But I mean, it's good.
And then the last line is which requires special preparation to be eaten.
Yeah, right? They have to be, they're not eaten like, for example, you want a tomato, so you don't have to do anything for a tomato to be eaten. Vegetables in general don't need much of a preparation, right? But these things require preparation, so it's adding to the difficulty of Adam preparing the food that he needs to eat. Right, so that's part
Right.
of the curse. Part of the curse. Okay, let's see. Let's get next on. Right, Rashi explains now another important point here.
Va'achalta es esev hasadeh, uma kalala hi zo, v'halo bivracha ne'emar lo, hine nasati lachem es kol esev zo re zera v'go. Translate that so much so far. And why is it a curse? Why is this a curse that you will eat the herbs of the field? Is it not a blessing that was stated for him? Behold, I have given you all the herbs of seeds, all the seed yielding herbs. I've given you all the seed yielding herbs. Ella ma amur kan v'rosh ha'inyan arura ha'adama ba'avurecha be'itzavon tochalena v'achar ha'itzavon v'kot v'dar tatzmiach lach kishetizra'ena kitnis o yarkos gina hine hi satzmiach lach kotzim vidar darim ushar isvei hasadeh baal karchacha tochlem. Okay, but what is stated here at the beginning of this narration? Cursed is the land because of you, and in sorrow you will eat from it. And afterwards, this pain, it will grow thorns and thistles for you when you will sow beans or vegetables in the garden. Behold, it will sprout for you thorns and thistles and other vegetation of the field. And concerning this, against your will, you will eat them.
Right. So how do we understand what is the Rashi's asking the question? What's the klala here? Because as part of the bracha that he would eat these things. So how's the situation? What does Rashi describes this situation that it would be planting kitnius or Eurocus, Bina, Utsatsmi, you'd have to, it would be mixed up together apparently, no?
Thorns and
Right, the thorns and the thistles
thistles.
mixed up with the herbs and the legumes.
Hmm. No, I'm not too sure. I think it says here, this means, he says, my translation is, this means when you sow it with cereals and vegetables, it shall bring forth for you thorns and thistles and other weeds. So that you'll sow with, to get viable fruits, viable food, but it won't grow. Instead, you'll get thorns and thistles growing instead of what you planted.
Right, that's the plain meaning exactly, that he's gonna get he's gonna get things which he wasn't expecting. He wants to plant wheat, and he's gonna get thorns and thistles instead.
Hmm. And that will have to be your food, because you won't have anything else.
All right. So that's Rashi's explanation of the klal again. That right, the ace of arts, you have to eat the ace of arts, right? So that's something which is like just like the herbs. Actually, the Gemara says, if you notice, it says that it says this pasuk yud ches kotes v'dar tatzmiach lach v'achol esav asada, so that he's going to eat the esav asada, because what he's planting, he plants wheat, and instead he gets thorns. So what's going to be left for him to eat? The only thing that's left for him is the esav, the grasses, right? So the Gemara says that Adam Arishon, when he heard this, he went out of his mind, because he thought he was dead.
Is the rabbi frozen?
He thought he was getting graze the pastures, so he thought he was going to be having to graze like an animal, right? That's what the animals do, right? The animals, that's what the pasuk says, right? Right? The you shall eat the herbs, the grasses of the field. So he thought he was going to graze like other animals. So that drove him crazy. Adam Arishon couldn't bear that thought. So then the next pasuk, what does the next pasuk say? So you're going to have to put a lot of effort into eating bread. Meaning you'll be able to eat bread, but he's going to have to put a lot of effort into eating bread. So then he finally came back to himself. He finally regained his composure when he realized that there would be an opportunity for him to eat like a human being rather than to eat like an animal.
Hmm.
So, because he wouldn't have the opportunity of eating vegetables, right? Vegetables is what he would plant. He was hoping to plant vegetables, right? But his ultimate harvest would be that of thorns and thistles, which are unedible. So the only thing that he'd be left to eat would be the field grasses, which would be like until he was given the notification that he could in fact actually make bread, but it's going to be difficult. Maybe we should see the next. Maybe we should right. Take a look at the next pasuk, and we'll see the next Rashi.
Okay. B'zeas apecha tochal lechem ad shuvacha el ha'adama ki mi mena lu kochta ki afar ata ve'el afar tashuv. Okay, so by the sweat of your face, you will eat bread until you return to the ground, because from it you were taken. For dust are you, and to dust you will return. Okay, so Rashi says, Bizeas apecha, by the sweat of your face, la'achar shetit rach bo harbe, after you will work very hard.
Right. He'll be able to eat bread, right? But it's going to have to be involved a lot of work in order to get the bread that he wants to finally eat.
Okay, so I see this is a curse for Adam. Very, very bad for Adam.
Right.
But it's interesting that it says the soil will be cursed, the ground will be cursed.
Right.
Seems like it's much more of a curse for Adam and Chava than it is for the ground.
Right. I mean, the primary curse is for Adam. Nevertheless, HaKadosh Baruch Hu could have chosen other things to be the medium by which the curse will be manifest. But since the earth already had one strike against it, so to speak, because of its previous disobedience. So now HaKadosh used the earth as being the medium for the manifestation of the curse for Adam and Chava.
In a way, Hashem is cursing Adam because Adam came from Adam.
That's also
Adam came from the earth, from the dust,
right.
and I suppose we did all, and so we're part of the earth. So it's probably instead of a direct volley at the man Adam, it's a volley to his side into the ground, because that's what.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up. Could you just repeat that?
So instead of a volley of curses to directly onto Adam himself,
Right.
there to the ground from which he came, to which he is connected.
Right. Yeah. This I saw. I forgot exactly which one of the commentaries mentioned this, but the commentaries do speak about this point, that it's that in the parallel fashion, just as Rashi explained, right, that the ground is cursed because of those things which came from it, like the flies and the fleas and the ants. So similarly, the ground is also cursed because Adam came essentially from the ground as well.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right. Yeah. That I forgot which one of the Meforshim I saw that, but that is something which is very clearly spoken about. In terms of the general klola, I think maybe it's worthwhile seeing a pasuk in Parshas Noach. Let me just find it, then we can refer to it. Let's see. But Um, Second. Mm,
Oh, I've got something here on 21,
Yeah, okay,
19, yeah, 21 verse 8.
yes.
I just happened on it here. And the
Okay.
Eternal smelled the grateful odor, and the Eternal said in his heart, I will not again excrete the ground any more for man's sake.
Oh, exactly. That's exactly what I was looking for. That's which Perek, which pasuk in Noah?
8, 22.
Right, very good. That's exactly what I was looking for. Right. Um, right. You want to read that
20,
again?
sorry, no,
Yeah.
21. 21, 22. I can't see that the writing is so small. I should use my magnifying glass.
Mhm. Yes, 1 second. Right, that's in, if you want to see that, you can refer to that too, Lou, as well. That's in the 8th chapter, in the 21st pasuk in the 8th chapter.
Vayarach Hashem es reach ha-nichoach. Vayomar Hashem el libo lo osif lekalel od es ha'adamah ba'avur ha'adam ki yetzer lev ha'adam ra mina rav velo osif od lehakos es kol chai kasher asisa. So Hashem smelled the pleasant fragrance and said, Hashem said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground for the sake of man, for the inclination of the heart of man is evil from his youth, and I will not again strike all all the living things as I have done. This is different. This is a different curse. This is the curse of killing everybody, not the curse of the ground refusing to yield properly.
Yeah, well, you're right. This was this is in reaction to the destruction which took place at the time of the Mabul. But the the earth was also affected, meaning there's a Rashi, A4 Rashi. Rashi says here, 1 second.
A long Rashi here.
Yeah. 1 second. One second. Oh, yeah, if you look at there's a Rashi, in, also here in Noach, Yud Gimel, Chosek Yud Gimel. Second.
Have a Yud Gimel.
1 second. Beginning.
Oh, Yud Gimel, wait, 13.
Not in Pasuk Yud Gimel, the beginning of the parsha, Yud Gimel.
What Perek?
Pierke says, I think it's Vav, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah,
Vav and Yud Gimel.
hmm.
No.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Yud Gimel, 13. Yud Gimel. A mistake.
Yes, it says, you could read the Pasuk, V'yomer Elokim Lanoya.
Vayomar Elokim Noach, Kates Kol Basar Ba Lifanai. He Mal'ah Haaretz Hamas Mi Penehem Vehineni Mashchi Sam Es Haaretz. So Hashem spoke to Noach, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. So I will destroy the earth. Now my English sticks in the word them. Oh, some.
Yeah, I would have
Some. I will destroy them with the earth.
Right,
Mhm.
right. So if you look, in Esaretz, right? You'd say that part of the Rashi called Basar, right? So you saw Basar. You consider the whole Rashi is worthwhile. And no harm in learning the whole Rashi. Yud Gimel, Kate's called Basar.
The end of all flesh. Wherever you find lewdness and idolatry, upheaval comes to the world, killing the good and the bad alike. So, meaning the good people don't deserve to be killed and they're killed anyway?
That's right.
Okay. The earth was filled with violent crime. Their fate was sealed only because of robbery. From the earth, similar to mean haaretz, from the earth. So es haaretz is similar to mean haaretz. Similar to this use of es is when I go to the city, meaning from the city. Oh, es ha'ir is like mean ha'ir, and es raglav, his feet, is like from his feet, mean raglav. An alternate explanation of es haaretz, together with the earth, i.e., that also the depth of 3 handbreadths of the furrow were blotted out and eroded away. Okay, so I kind of lost the point here.
Right, so you see that the earth was also destroyed along with Adam, with Kol Basar was destroyed, and all of the earth was destroyed as well.
Right, I would destroy them with the earth.
Right.
With the earth.
So that's just reinforcing the point that the pasuk made, that the earth would no longer be cursed because of the acts of men.
Right. So, getting a little lost here. The original question was, why is the earth being punished for disobeying and not making the trees taste like the fruit?
Right.
And the why, the why it includes the question of, do we have a mita keneged mita here? Do we have normally when God punishes, it's to get the person to do tshuva. It's to teach a lesson and to bring about tshuva. So is that applied to the earth, that we want the earth to do tshuva? Is there a lesson for the earth, so to speak?
Well, in human terms, the punishment is also not simply just the the means to facilitate the tshuva, but it's also a tikkun. A certain tikkun has to take place, certain rectification has to take place. And that we learned this in Ruach Chaim, in Nefesh Chaim, when the Sefer Nefesh Chaim, if you remember, he mentions there that the punishments are not simply to be viewed as punishments, but they're also to be viewed as rectifications, which will, in ways that Kadosh Baruch Hu knows best, will actually rectify the damage which was done by any particular sin. Right. So again, what set things off, what began the process was that the earth originally did not bring forth those trees which tasted like the foods that they produce. So that was a disobedience. And then when Adam disobeyed, right? So one way we can understand it is that Adam, who also came from the ground, right? That the curse, which was originally deserving of being manifest at the time when the earth did not do as commanded by Kadosh Baruch Hu, to produce trees which fruits tasted like the wood of the tree. So it became manifest when Adam disobeyed. And just as Rashi explains that the earth is considered to be cursed because it produces those things which are seemingly of no value and are of a nuisance, the fleas and the flies and the ants. So likewise, since Adam, he also came from the earth, right? It's befitting that the earth also now is going to receive its curse as manifest rectification for the sin of Adam Rishon, right? That Adam Rishon didn't listen, so therefore part of his curses was that he would plant and he would get coats with dardar, he would get the thorns and the thistles, and the earth wouldn't produce him properly. So that's part of his Adam's rectification. So he shares that rectification along with the earth, which he came from, and the earth which originally disobeyed as well.
So the punishment is really just relevant to Adam. It's not really relevant to the earth.
it couldn't, if Adam had not, if Adam had not sinned, then what HaKadosh Baruch Hu would have done in terms of the disobedience of the earth, I'm not sure. I don't know. But now that Adam sinned, so now there's a combined rectification and punishment, which is meted out both to Adam and to the earth as well. And we see from that last pasuk we learned from in Noah that the up until the time of the Mabel, the earth's existence is tied up very, very intimately with that of Adam, right? And it was only after the Mabel that HaKadosh Baruch Hu broke that connection, that partnership, so to speak, between Adam and the earth. Before that, there was a strong connection between Adam and the earth, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, after the Mabel, decided that to break that connection between the earth and Adam. But what would have happened if Adam would not have sinned? Again, I don't know. Can't really guess what that would have happened then.
It seems like from what you just said, it would be like it is now. The curse is gone. If you plant wheat, you get wheat.
Could be. It's
Although
still a very
flies and
complicated
fleas
process.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Yeah, it's even though that when we plant wheat, we get wheat, but to get bread, it's still a very complicated and tedious process.
Right.
Okay, maybe we can continue on with a little bit more about this tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe I can find what the commentaries have to say about it. We can continue, Mr. Shamblina.
Yeah, I'd like that because I'm finding myself to be more confused than enlightened at this point.
Well, I've got the perfect cure for that.
What's
Stop
that?
thinking.
Stop thinking. Right. That's a good advice, Roy.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Very good. Roy, have a good day.
You too. Thank you very much. Nice to see you tomorrow.
Mr. Shem, have a wonderful afternoon.
All right. Thank you, Rabbi. See you in a few minutes.
Yeah, take a quick break.
I'll see you a bit later on, though.
Okay, Roy.